Trump versus BRICS. Trump has put the BRICS nations on notice, threatening a whole bunch of tariffs. Is this good for gold when the market opens? I'm unsure, so I want your opinion. Leave a comment below. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part, which also includes live gold, silver, Bitcoin analysis as well. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, going out live on YouTube and X. But in the first 1 minute of the show, what we do is the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. It's normally always water, but that's okay. Whatever you're drinking, I won't judge you, party people. And we slurp them synchronously together. Here we go. Are you ready? You've got 10 seconds. Ready? 9. Oh, shouldn't have even done a countdown. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Close enough for jazz. Slurp it, people. Oh, an extra long slurpy one. I'm Joe Main. Oh, is his voice nearly cracked? I've worked in the precious metals industry, the retail bullion dealer industry in Australia for 11 years. Now I do this weekday live show. I've been a gold silver stacker since 2010. I got into crypto in 2013, so I stack silver, I stack satoshis, I stack skills and knowledge and all that kind of stuff that you really want to try and do. And I did this weekday live show with the GMS family. Speaking of the GMS family, we do some shout outs and we'll get to the topic of the day. Can never leave my GMS family behind. Mark Florida. Florida man. Mark Florida is from Florida. We call him Florida Man. We try and give everyone nicknames if we possibly can. GMS, says Mark Florida, tonight's topic takes on an interesting twist with the recent reports. Oh, yes, that's right too. Maybe we'll talk about that too, or maybe tomorrow, of a very large gold discovery in China. Yes, it was something like $2 billion or $1.7 billion worth. A big deposit that they found. So yeah, is that enough to increase the supply massively to affect the price? I'm not sure. Repeat, GMS, Knackers O'Reilly, Chat Mum, Tony Peas, and that's Tony's nickname, Chat Mum. Synchronized Slurp, damn right. Trumpet and BRICS, interesting, that's right. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Good to see you. Please hit the like button to help with the algorithm and hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. This show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. You'll probably hear a little bit more about them sometime in the show. Yeah, let's talk about it. There's a few people watching, so let's get onto it. Trump has put BRICS nations on notice. I want to get your comments below. Leave them right now. Do you think this is good for gold when the market opens? I think it's almost opening. I don't know. I can see both sides of the bullion coin. What am I talking about, of course? So we'll share the screen and let's look at X. Speaking of X, follow me on X. You really want to do that. I'm going live on X right now. Joe in general, that's the current username. I may be changing that, but x.com/Joe in general, one word. 2,600 subscribers, followers, I should say, almost there. I post charts, I post all the kind of stuff. I do a little bit of political spicy stuff too, but you like that. Yeah, so really worth me following me over there. But the man himself, Mr. President-elect Donald J. Trump, just posted yesterday. Let's read it together. The idea, and I'm not going to do his accent, the idea that the BRICS countries are trying to move away from the dollar while we stand by and watch is over, capital letters. We require a commitment from these countries that they will neither create a new BRICS currency nor back any other currency to replace the mighty US dollar, or they will face 100% tariffs and should expect to say goodbye to selling into the wonderful US economy. They can go find another sucker, with inverted commas. There is no chance that the BRICS will replace the US dollar in international trade, and any country, and this is a big one too, and any country that tries should wave goodbye to America. Wow. Number one, the man knows how to tweet. He knows how to post. He's the postmaster general. He's the the tweet superstar. No one posts, no one crafts a tweet like this guy. So let's really break that down. So BRICS nations, you're trying to move away, require a commitment, 100% tariffs. Don't try and do it. If you try and do it, we'll tariff you to hell. And any other country that tries should waive. Okay, so a big putting them on notice. What do we all think about that? I'll get your comments. Number one, in my humble opinion, this is, of course, would he do it? This is the thing with Trump. You don't know. And this is the definite, it's a very deliberate choice to use rhetoric like this, to use the language that he uses in the way that he uses it, is very much deliberate to be unpredictable. And so this is, a lot of people, his detractors will say, he's too unpredictable. No, he's too unpredictable. He's bad. This is bad. No, you want your leader of your country to be unpredictable when it comes to other world leaders. You don't want it to be unpredictable when it comes to your own country as such, so that's why he's America first. Okay, so that's stable. But in terms of other countries, it's like, I'm going to go after you. You don't know what I'm going to do. And that's the bargaining chip. Okay, so I think that is the right way to do it. I wish that is the way that our leadership would do it here in Australia, rather than just being, it just seems to be, kowtowing to other nations. But I think this is a good thing. The rhetoric, I think, works for him. Whether or not he means it, that's the thing you don't know. So he's unpredictable. What do you think? Would he do it? There's a possibility. I think just like most things he does, it's an opening gambit. Again, I've used this analogy before. If you're selling something, if you're selling silver, if you're selling a used car, or if you're selling anything, you're selling a fridge on the internet, on Facebook Marketplace, and you're willing to accept $500 for it. Do you put it up at $500? No, you put it up at $800, and then you let the people come in and go, $800? That's too much, man. Hey, I'd give you $750, or I'd give you $600 for it. And you go, oh, yeah, okay, sure, you've twisted my arm. Okay, fine. I'll take $600 when you originally wanted $500. So it's bracketing. That's one of the big things. But this is the thing with Trump. You don't know. He could put tariffs on. And we saw that he threatened 25% tariffs for Canada and Mexico. Was it like the next day or the day after? Who comes and visits Mar-a-Lago? Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, just happened to pop by, okay? So obviously this kind of stuff works. It gets people discussing it. It's a negotiation tactic. So that's what I think it is mainly. It's a negotiation tactic. But I wouldn't, this is the thing, you don't know. You don't know whether he's going to or not. So I want to read your comments, and we'll talk about tariffs and all that kind of stuff. There are people who say tariffs are terrible. They only do X, Y, and Z. Well, we'll discuss that as well. And reading the comments, there might be some people who disagree, and that's okay. We'll talk about it. And I really want to hear your thoughts right now. Is this good for gold in the next 24, 48 hours? I don't know. I mean, on one side of it, I could see yes, because it's Trump comes out, he says something provocative, it creates some instability. Where there's instability, then people run to gold as a safe haven. I feel like it just could be a short-term thing, but we'll take a look at the live gold price in a second. Let's get your comments very quickly, though. Oh, good to see you, Vanessa. Great. Jason Rezana, is back. GM, folks. Wars and rumors of wars. Yeah, that's always good for gold. Debt is great is here. Jason says, okay, 100% tariff would only hurt American people, obviously on products that they want to help in their own manufacturing, but items that they have to import only hurting the people. Yes and no. So yes, in the short term, that is true. Yes. So the one side of it is tariffs only hurt the American people. No. So they do in the short term. Tariffs hurt the consumer in the short term, but the reason for tariffs, one, as a detraction, or the threat of tariffs are a incentive to negotiate. Okay, so that's number one. But also tariffs, what they do in the long term is they they do do a couple of things, do a bunch of things, but putting tariffs in is short-term pain for long-term gain. So Trump obviously knows, and he really loves tariffs. Trump obviously knows that tariffs hurt people, the consumers, the American consumer in the short term, but he's doing it for the long game. This is pretty obvious, like economics 101, where in this particular instance, what it might do, well, there's a couple of things, but what it might do is over the long term, and I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think he's going to put 100% tariffs, but let's play it out for a second. Let's say he puts 100% tariffs on BRICS nations' goods coming into America. Yep, that's going to raise the prices of everything coming from the BRICS nations, India, South Africa, all the China, particularly China as well. Yep, it would raise those prices. What does that do in the long term? Every single manufacturer in America and a lot of entrepreneurs in America who would be going, oh, I want to start a business, but I'm not going to try and make this. I'm not going to try and make this widget. I've always wanted to make and produce this widget to sell to Americans. But look, the Chinese and the Chinese are doing it so much cheaper. I can never compete because of the wages here. Gee, what happens in a bit of time? You see all these 100% tariffs going on, and everyone's going, holy crap, it's so expensive to get this widget from China. I can't buy that Chinese widget thing anymore. And then a bunch of entrepreneurs hear and go, oh, maybe I can start a business now. And so they start a business in America making that particular thing, that widget, whatever it is, and they do it for cheaper. And then all of a sudden, gee, what do you know? All the consumers start buying the American-made products because they're cheaper now, okay? And so that stimulates the US economy. So there's short-term pain, but for potential long-term gain. And then also you've got all the international people. So, you know, all the factories, all the businesses that get everything made outside of the US, all the US companies that get everything made outside of the US, and they go, holy crap, 100% tariffs. Is he going to do this forever? No, he can't do it. He's done it. 100% tariffs. How long is he going to? I don't know how long he's going to do that for. They start coming to them. They start having meetings. They start going to Mar-a-Lago or the White House. So they get their representatives to go and go, what are you doing, man? And Trump goes, great. Why don't you come back into the good old US of A and start making your products here? That's the reason for tariffs, is the short answer. So could he put 100% tariffs? Yep. Would it hurt? Yep. Is it good in the long term for them? Yep. Absolutely. Let's see. Mark Florida. Could we trade Canada for Australia as a northern? Could we trade Canada for Australia as a northern neighbour? Pretty much of a muchness, because you don't live here, Mark. Let me tell you, the current political climate here, they're pretty much the same. You'd pretty much be getting almost the same thing. Maybe, I think Canada's a little bit further gone than Australia is, but Australia's pretty bloody far gone in terms of its left-leaning policies and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of much of a muchness. Hey, you guys, Rod Panhard, hello. It's a game of 3D chess. Yeah, it's a game of 3D chess. Jason Ashworth, if you don't grow bananas and have to import them, yes, that's right. So whatever price you add passes on to the people. Correct. But we just explained that. Yeah, explain that. Yep, short-term pain, long-term gain. Depends on the size of tariffs in terms of global impact. Right. Ron Panhard, Europe are still working to the Marshall Plan after World War II. 100, exactly. 100% tariffs on US cars going into Europe. So do you see a lot of American cars being driven in Europe? You see more European cars being driven in Europe. Why? 100% tariffs on US cars. Gee, you put 100% tariffs on BMWs, on Mercs, on all the European cars, you put that on in America, people will start buying American manufactured. Is there any more American manufactured? But again, that would entice car manufacturing there in America. If we did the same thing in Australia, imagine in Australia if we put 100% tariffs on Hyundais, on Kias, on every single car, because no cars are made here in Australia, what would happen? They shipped the Ford factory in Geelong, had been there for, decades and decades and decades. No longer. What happens if they did that? Short-term pain. It cost you a ton to get a car in. Yep. But, the used car market would go whoop like that, as we did see that not too long ago because of that thing that happened. Imagine that. Gee, do you think we could get Ford to come back to Australia and make cars? And do you think we get Holden to come back to Australia to make their cars in Australia? Yes, you could. Short-term pain, long-term gain. Morning, Knackers. Trumpet is not in office yet, but has rattled so many cages. Look at all the stuff that he's doing right now. It's all a negotiation tactic, every single one. Let's just talk about, do we think this is good for gold, though? We'll check the price if the market's open. Ron Panhard says all the Five Eyes countries have gone full. Yeah, never go full, blah, blah, blah. The Kalergi plan, never heard of it. I'd like to know more about it, Tony. Jason Ashworth says, all I'm saying is blanket tariffs are stupid, need to be strategic. The tariffs are strategic. That's why. So they're not blanket tariffs. They're strategic. The strategy is for that reason that I explained. So they are strategic. But, I'm just a guy and it's just my opinion and everyone's welcome to disagree. Australia is owned by the US and China. I once had I think I may have said this before. I once had a customer in one of the stores that I was working in, and I won't say which one, who was from a certain part of the world, and they said directly to my face, and we were talking about, political stuff. They said, it was someone from, I don't know. Anyway, they said, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And I went, interesting. Okay. So apparently we shouldn't bite the hand that feeds us. Let's see. Tariff the industries that compete. This is the thing. It's the compete. That's the main thing, Tony. Exactly right. You tariff the ones. You don't just do, and I'll agree with Jason, blanket tariffs. Of course not. You don't just do blanket tariffs on every single good and product and service. You start with the ones that are competing with the manufacturers here. So look, car-wise, we don't have any more car manufacturers. There's certainly other things that we produce that we export. So yes, you would put tariffs on that first. We don't. I don't know if we really need to do it, do we? But yes, that's the way it works. So yes, let's see, and I'll read that out again. Tariff the industries that compete with homegrown industries. If you don't make it, grow it, or mine it, you have to import it. Yeah, exactly right. Yes, bet most folks are not aware of the 100%. Yeah, there you go. Bet most folks are not aware of the 100% tariff to help Germany's auto industry recover after World War II. It's still in place. Tariffs work over the long term. What is that in my face? Whatever. Jason, he has said between 25% and 100% tariffs on all items imported from certain countries. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's also to stimulate the economy to stimulate entrepreneurs going, well, I'm going to make that thing here because it's more expensive to get it from. So I'm cool with that. It's all and don't notice what he said here is all items imported from certain countries. Okay, yeah. That's fine because they're trying to, and he's talking about the BRICS nations because they're trying to de-dollarize. Now, do we want the BRICS nations to de-dollarize? I don't know. Is that probably good for gold if they're going to go gold-backed? Sure. But I'm just talking in terms of America first and their thinking. That's not good for them to de-dollarize from the US dollar. That's really bad. So that's fine. If I were in his position, I go, yeah, screw you. Yeah, whatever you're importing, if you're a part of the BRICS nations, whatever you're importing, I don't care what it is. I don't care if we don't even make it here. Yeah, I do that. Imports can be backdoored into the US via Mexico. Well, can they? Can they with a Trump presidency? Japan owned America in the 80s till we bought it all back at pennies on the dollar. Ooh, all planned. Interesting. Probably not something. Why is this skipping? I don't mean to skip your comments, Neil, because it was because some of the comments are like the usual one. Neil, I don't mean to skip them, but you normally start with that one. And you're saying hi to Tony there, so why would I show that one? I missed this one. Sorry, Neil. It has been that way since 1945. Yeah, to help the countries rebuild after World War II. The time has ended. More comments on that, and then we'll get to live gold, silver, Bitcoin analysis as well. Joe reads the comments in a higgle-giggle fashion. Yeah, that's right. To stop backdooring through Canada and Mexico, get a 25% tariff. Yeah, there you go. BMW are moving to the US now anyway, as they can't operate in Germany with their energy prices rising 5-fold. Wow, they're moving to the US. That's really interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks. Yes, being Mexico, says Jason Asworth, Canada and China, where they get 75% imports. Goodness. Screw you and all the people, it seems. I don't really get that point. Yes, being Mexico, Canada and China, where they get 75% imports. Goodness. Ha ha ha. Screw you and all the people, it seems. Oh well. My OCDness wants Joe to scroll up to the last read and read on in order. No, I will. I'll show. I'm trying. This is the thing, though, as I've said, and this looks like probably the end of these comments, the end of this stuff. That is great. Said depends on the size of tariffs in terms of global. Like, yeah. Here's the thing, though. With that. We're getting busier, aren't we? The show's getting busier where there's a lot of comments coming through. We have 860 subscribers. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. You get a warm, fuzzy feeling when you do. 860 subscribers. We're rocketing up towards 1,000. At 1,000, we'll do another silver giveaway. I'm not saying it's this particular silver coin, but we'll do another silver giveaway when we hit 1,000. We did it at 500. We'll do it at 1,000. We're getting busier. The busier I get, the more comments I'm going to have, the more time, the more I'm going to miss. That's why I have super chats open. So if you do want to do a super chat, you'll be sure that I'll see it quicker than, the other ones. So if there's something you really want me to see, if there's a chart request you really want me to do, a super chat is the best way for me to see it straight away. So that would be a good idea. Yeah. That's pretty much it, I think. Let's see, Niels Harlan Dynasty. That is why micro-nuclear reactors, yes, SMRs, small nuclear reactors, small modular reactors, SMRs, are selling in Europe right now. Yep, companies that can't move are buying them. 80 already sold. That's exactly right. Nuclear is where it is going. I absolutely agree. Yes, that's right. The German Golden Eagle is the giveaway. Tony has... She's told me. Chat Mum has told me I don't have it on. Do I have it on me? I think I do. I thought the Golden Eagle was mine. I thought that was mine to keep. Wasn't that mine to keep? Hang on. 1 second. It's not that one. It's not that one. Ooh, what's that? Oh, a hand of faith. Is that the one? No, the Golden Eagle? I thought that was mine. I get completely confused. I thought, was it the other one that was mine? No, I'm confused now. Oh, was that a 2015? Is that 2017 or 2015? Oh, it's a 2015. What, this one? No, I thought I was keeping this one. The Golden Eagle. I wanted to keep I thought that was mine to keep. The Golden Eagle 2023 is the giveaway, the Germania one. Is it? Ah. Right. Okay. Mum. Chat, Mum. Nanonuclear is selling them. Oh, very cool. There you go. Oh, Tony. I'm posting another today. Plus, you're the best. Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Chat, Mum. Give me 1 second. Yeah, no, I'll turn them on. All right, people. I think we're done with this topic, okay? Is it good for gold? son of a bee. Is it good for gold? I don't know. Excuse me. I know. I've got to get a proper studio and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to check the price of gold right now. So let's do that. Is it good for gold? I honestly don't know. That is a damn nice coin, isn't it? It's a really nice coin, that Germania one. So I get another one, which I get to keep, and then I'll give the other one I'm going to give away. So that's what we're giving away. At 1,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away either this one or the one that comes in the mail from my wonderful, wonderful chat mum. You really need to be the admin, Tony. From Tony, who sells an amazing range of coins. Amazing range. So you really need to, if you really want the good stuff, the really good stuff, get in contact with Tony. Definitely. Stop it. It's mine, says Carolyn. You'll maybe, if you're one of the lucky ones. What happened last time is I got everyone. I got as many people as saw it to fill out a form, and then there was a random number generator. So we'll do the same thing. It wasn't fill out a form. I got you to email. And we'll do the same thing at 1,000. That's going to be a bit busier at 1,000 though, isn't it? So that is that. Let's talk about live gold, silver, platinum, and analysis and all that. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. So that is that. I don't know what gold's going to do. It could. I think mainly it's might be having a little bit of a pump, and then I think we're going down from there. So that's my humble opinion. But we're going to take a look at the live gold and silver prices and Bitcoin, etc. right now. Of course, though, you've got to hear about Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, my preferred bullion dealer. As you know, I've worked for 3 major bullion dealers in my time in the precious metals industry. I started stacking precious metals in 2010. I decided I wanted to work in the industry in 2013. There were no jobs going. I volunteered at one place called Goldstackers, and then they asked me to join. So that was my first foray. Then I worked for Bullion Now. Then I worked for Ainslie Bullion. I worked for the big boys. I worked for a lot of the big boys, and Perth Bullion Exchange is really doing it well, okay? They're doing everything that I would do if I was starting my own bullion dealer, okay? Including offering free shipping when you buy over a certain amount, which no other bullion business in Australia has ever dared to do. Will another one ever dare to do it? They would have to eventually, because, you know, the Perth Bullion Exchange is just doing great guns. Great range, great service, great prices, and free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. How much do I need to buy in order to get free shipping? Asks some rando just watching right now, either in their head, probably. 20 items. Now, it doesn't have to be 20 of one item, but to give you an example, if you buy 20 of these, this is in Australian dollars, people, for my international subscribers. If you buy 20 of these, not only do you get them for a better price, because you're buying 20, you get instant free shipping Australia-wide, insured, fully tracked, all that other stuff. Sign on delivery, yes, sign on delivery as well. I think, it would be sign on delivery, all that stuff. Okay, and it's express as well. Anyway, can't say more. But here's the thing. Well, I will say more. You don't have to buy 20 of these. If you decided you only want to buy 2 of these, and then you decide you want to buy 3 of something else, 4 of something else, 7 of something else, whether it's gold, silver, platinum, whatever, as long as the total items in your shopping cart in your order equals 20 or more, free shipping. Brilliant. And Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Come on, man. If you like unallocated gold programs, or if you are happy to share those with your normie friends and family who think you're a crazy stacker, just get them to download the Wealthstack app, or you download the Wealthstack app on iPhone or Android, and just buy gold for spot plus 1%, whether you're buying $100,000, $1 million, or $10. You can buy a minimum of $10 of gold for spot plus 1%. Come on, that's great, right? What else is coming with Wealthstack, wealthstack.com? Silver. You'll be able to buy silver unallocated as well. It's all 100% backed one-to-one with real physical metal. Okay, Australian-owned, Australian-operated, Australian-regulated company. And what else is also coming? The debit card will be coming. Silver, platinum, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But they wanted to reach out to me first. They're a brand new company. They wanted to reach out to me to get to you, the stacking community, first. They're doing it the right way. They want to gain the trust of the stacking community because, hey, even if it's not for you stacker right there listening who goes, I don't like unallocated because if I don't hold it in my hands, then if I don't hold it, I don't own it. That's cool. What about your friends and family? What about all the people you've been trying to get into precious metals? This is their gateway drug. And this just might be better for them. Okay, if it's not for you, which it's for me, I've got Wealthstack account Gold, and many other people and many of my subscribers have a Wealthstack account now since I've been mentioning them, since they've been a brand partner of mine. If it's not for you, that's cool. Just send it to your friends and family. Okay, get them to go to wealthstack.com. Go down to the bottom left-hand corner, click on the frequently asked questions page. Just read the frequently asked questions and you'll be super impressed. Okay, that is Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Yeah. All right, people. Let's take a look at gold, silver. We'll probably do platinum too, and we'll do Bitcoin as well because that's part of the rotation at the moment because crypto is going through a massive run. But this is gold on the daily time frame, priced in USD, $2,649.50 US dollars. Gee, that mother of all trend lines is really acting as a level of resistance, isn't it? Okay, let me show you. Where did we close last week? Gee, what do you know? We closed bang on the mother of all trend lines. What's the mother of all trend lines? I hear randos asking if you are one of the new subscribers. The mother of all trend lines is this one right here. Goes back 1980, the peak, $850 roughly. The peak in 2011, 1,920 US dollars, and we just hit it. Once we hit, and we broke above. Okay, ooh, this is the quarterly time frame. Okay, so we are in the last month of the third quarter, the last month of this quarter. Okay, so you've got one more month for this to play out. It's looking a bit spiky at the moment. Okay, since we got up to the mother of all trend lines, I have been saying gold is looking peaky. You know, anywhere between there and 3,000 psychological value would be a place that we would find some area of decent resistance, and we'll have a decent retrace. Because look at this, after you broke through 2,080, 2,070, we've had a massive run over the last year. It has to run out of steam eventually. I feel like it has now. Many other people do feel the same way. I feel like that steam is starting to run out now. That's when we're going to start seeing this short-term retrace. We did have a little pump last week, but it was a failure to hold the mother of all trend lines, and then we did close below it. And also, technically, we did close last month, because we're on the 2nd of December now. We closed last month, technically below it. That gives me pause to say I think lower prices are coming. The two things that would negate that. Two things would be this spike here, from a technical perspective, this spike, it's a pretty big spike. If we had have closed below here if we had have closed below 2,600, I would have said, oh man, yeah, 100, like definitely, right? 90% chance, right? We did close above there. Okay, so we closed kind of around the mother of all trend lines. So it's pretty close to it, okay? So that's maybe pause to think, hey, that spike says, you know, the buyers gobbled it up. Maybe the buyers are in more control of the market, and we do see a rise. The other second thing I would say that would give credence to a rise would again be the Trump threatening tariffs on the BRICS nations, causing instability, and that's good for gold. The opposite side of that, though, is many people saying, well, Trump's putting BRICS nations on notice. So maybe the BRICS nations will cave, maybe BRICS will fail, and because BRICS succeeding, a lot of people thought that was good for the gold price because they think that BRICS nations will back their currency with gold. So if BRICS going to fail, that's not good for gold. Okay, so I can see both sides of it. Short answer is I don't know, and that's why I wanted your opinion as well. But I'm going to remain, my bias is to the downside. Okay, could be completely wrong, and the BRICS thing just makes it sail up. But for now, because we closed last month below the mother of all trend lines, I'm going to say lower prices coming. I'm still confident at the moment, 80% chance that we see the best buy, 80% chance that we see, at least 2,500. Let me show you that. Yeah, there it is. Is that one the one? That the one? I think that is the one. Right there. Did I not draw that in? I thought I did. There we go. Cool. 2,490 down to 2,450. That would be the first stop along the way. Okay. I'm more confident that we see lower. I'm still kind of like 60% sure we see the best buy zone hit. And I'll pop that in for you just so you can see. You know where it is. The best buy zone. If I could read my own damn stuff here. Right there. 2,250 to 2,150 is doable. Okay, about a 60% chance. I'm giving it like 80% chance we get to here, 60% chance of there. I'm 80% confident we just do see lower prices, lower than the 2,540 that we've already seen. Could I be wrong? Yes. Would I be happy to be wrong? Sure. Because that's good for gold. Gold is going much, much higher in the longer term. Again, we're talking multiple thousands. We're talking 7, 8, 9, 10,000 US dollars, okay? Probably by the end of the decade is looking really good. Unless, and you never know, things could change. If we don't see a recession for some reason, or if we don't see a capital rotation from the stock market because it's quite overvalued at the moment into precious metals, which is quite undervalued at the moment. If Trump does something that just absolutely makes their economy rip raw, then, there would be more confidence in the economy, which is not good for gold. All right. That's the only saving grace, the only potential. But look, gold is had been extremely overvalued on the monthly time frame. I think it's still got a lot of room to move down. So that's my humble, non-financial advice opinion. I'm still confident we see lower prices. You've just got to watch for the mother of all trend lines. So you've got to start clearing and holding above and closing months above roughly 2,680 US dollars. I would like to see it close above the previous spike here on the monthly time frame in September, I think that was. Yes. So that spike is at 2,685. So, okay, closing a month above 2,685, that would be preferable. That's what I want to see. If we close December above there, that's actually looking pretty good for a pump in January and February, etc. But we are not there yet. Just watch out for that. Cool. Yeah, that is gold. Let's take a look at silver on the daily time frame. Here is silver on the daily time frame in US dollars, $30.50 US cents. We're still what I would call a head and shoulders pattern, but someone disagreed with me, and I love disagreement, and they could be completely right, and I do see what they're saying. So I said, watch out for this left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Someone said, no, that's not a right shoulder because the right shoulder needs to be higher. And I see their point, okay? They say it needs to come up and match that. So they're saying that's not a head and shoulders, that's not the right shoulder. I feel like that's close enough. That's just me. Okay, maybe I'm incorrect from a technical analysis standpoint. I don't know every single rule and every single of that. It just looks close enough for jazz for me personally. Although, look, we did see the double bottom here on the new line in the sand of $29.80. Could this be a W pattern forming? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, could. I would be wanting to watch out for the 3250 area. If this is the case, we need to break back above 31. We need to break back and close above 3250. That would say the game is still going. The race is still on to further highs in silver. At the moment, because I am short-term bearish on gold, very short-term, the next few months, I have to remain that for silver. So I think we still see lower prices coming. Could be completely wrong here. In its favor, what's looking good in its favor from a daily perspective? A potential bottom here. Okay, you did have a higher low. Okay, you had a higher low here. I must say that could be a bullish divergence pattern playing out right here. See that? So trending up on the relative strength index and trending down in price on the short term. Okay. That could be a bullish divergence. You can also see that, no, that's not on the longer term. Okay, that's a case to be made that we could crack back up. So let's have a look. You would want to, obviously, crack back above that 3160 mark, as I was saying, come back as support, and then that would be looking very positive for silver. Okay. But on the weekly time frame, let's have a look. Weekly time frame, we have been trending down on the relative strength index. We haven't broken the support line. Okay, that's positive. And on the monthly, as we've been saying, we haven't even been in extremely overvalued on silver on the monthly for a good period of time since August of 2020. So it's due for a move. We are technically still moving up. That's a rising trend. Okay, Yeah, I could see the move. Okay, maybe silver can pump from here. I am going to remain lower for now because we are below 31. While we're definitely below 31, I think lower prices, and I think at least the top end of the best buy zone is coming. That's anywhere. That's at 28 US dollars. I think we see 28 before we see higher prices. That's just me. Again, happy to be wrong. Totally happy to be wrong because we're all in it to win it. Yep. Just watch the top end, 28, anywhere down to 26, but at least that top end right there of 28. I still think we're heading there. I gave you the prices that would negate all of that, and I've given you the lower target. Yeah, that's it. That is silver. Let's take a quick look at platinum. Didn't do it. I was wrong so far. Okay, so platinum on the weekly time frame, USD, 945. We're back at that crucial 945 level, which we've been talking about. Let's show you on the daily. I was wrong so far, in which I thought we were definitely heading down to the best buy zone again. So incorrect so far. I really need to see it hold 900, not hold and break 945. See that horizontal line right there? That's, gee, what do you know? On the daily time frame, we closed just around it and we're closed below it. Okay, so is this a little blip along the way? We've gone back down through the major uptrend line right here. Could this be a second fake out? So this came down to the top end of the best buy zone at 900. It was a massive fake out, and we saw that pump. We've just had another move. I didn't think that that would fake it out. I'm not so sure yet. We've just got to clear that 945. If this ticks over, which I more want to think, because platinum does this to me every time. I get excited about platinum and then it just screws me over like Lucy in the football. I'm more inclined to think we do something like that. But hey, could be completely wrong and we just sail up. What I want to see is it get out of the depressed zone and get into the cautiously optimistic zone, the cautiously excited zone. And what you really want to see is it get into the getting excited zone, find support, and then onwards and upwards. And then that, I'm not saying any of this is going to happen. I'm just saying what I would love to see happen. That takes it up to the final hurdle. And as you know, my final hurdle for new, massive, crazy, amazing new all-time highs in platinum in months and years to come is the $1,115 level right there. That's my final hurdle for new all-time highs. Have I got that drawn in? Final hurdle right there. You start closing any month above there, it is go, go, go time for platinum. We're not there yet. I'm just sharing it with you for my new subscribers. Yeah, that's it. Really got to break and hold 945 USD per platinum ounce. I recently, maybe to my detriment, I recently sold my 1 ounce of platinum. Why did I sell my platinum? Why have I been selling a bit of silver? Well, I've been selling some of my stuff, not all of it certainly, but some of it to ride the current crypto wave. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Here is Bitcoin. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. That is looking very interesting on the daily time frame. Okay, this is Bitcoin in USD, 97,730 US dollars. We had the move up to, gee, what do you know, psychological value of 100,000. That was obviously going to be a bit of resistance. A move back down to 90,000, 91,000. So far, it might be looking like another pump. The other thing, there is a bit of danger here. And I will warn you all, there is a bit of danger. And I say danger, it's not really dangerous. It's just, I think it's just an opportunity to buy a bit of a dip. But there's a bit of danger here. On the daily time frame, we've been extremely overvalued two times just recently, and we're back down into the normal range. This could be the relief rally, and this could be the fake out right here, where we make a slightly higher price and then that gets rejected. That can happen a lot. Okay, so you could see something. I'm just showing you the two sides of the coin. Something like this can happen, and it's happened many times in many assets where people go, oh, see, the rally's over, the rally's over. It's making a new all-time, crap, because they're not watching the relative strength index. Okay, so just watch for that. I don't think we go any lower than around about $84,000, $85,000, probably to this area right there, about there. If you did break that and did something like that, that's not good. Then you'd be heading down to at least $74,000. That would get you into the sort of the belly of the relative strength index, which I think I think it's a short-term blip along the way. I think Bitcoin's not near done. It's nowhere near done in its current run. I think the cycle may play out, maybe not all the way till the end of next year. The next 6 months, 6 to 9 months, something like that, is probably around. Some people are calling March. I don't know, but when I think higher prices are coming eventually. This could be the little blip along the way. What would negate all this? If you start cracking above and get into this area here above this purple line, and then that becomes support, oh man, you are looking very good for a continued pump into Bitcoin. Why? Just for my new subscribers, this is the massive trend line, the massive channel that has been going on with Bitcoin since its inception, pretty much. We formed this channel back in 2013. It has respected this channel since making its first major all-time high, where people really started talking about it, of that $1,200 mark. Then it respected this, it respected there, right? It respected this trend channel right there, and then in 2022, it finally broke down through it. Made a play, but it's kind of been respecting the bottom end. It's been acting as resistance for a while. If you start getting back into here, you start getting back into this channel right here, oh man, that's really interesting, okay? That's higher prices, okay? I'm not saying $1 million this year or this cycle, but I think Bitcoin in the long term, I think you're going to get to $1 million. It's pretty much mathematically programmed, unless complete new confidence, the new confidence in Bitcoin completely goes out the window. Why would that happen? I don't know, a black swan event. Someone comes out and says, I've figured out who the real Satoshi is, or I figured out it was the NSA or the CIA or the whatever. Okay, that could shake the confidence of it. That could bring it down. But other than that, I think we're going higher in successive cycles to come, the next 4 years, the 4 years after that, etc. But on this little run, I think we've got a ways to go. Okay, so if you are looking for a dip, you want to see it close below $94,000. That would probably take it down to about $85,000. Or if you're dollar cost averaging, which you probably should be doing, like you should be doing with gold and silver, etc., then do it that way. But I'm currently playing the Bitcoin to precious metals move. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin to silver ratio very quickly. I'll take a look at the Bitcoin to gold ratio. Bitcoin to silver on the weekly time frame, and I'll show you the monthly time frame. Wow. Okay, Bitcoin to silver is completely in Bitcoin's favor at the moment. That's why I've been playing this. If I was to sell the crypto now and buy all precious metals, I would have increased my precious metal stack by a certain percentage. Not a huge amount. I'm waiting for a larger move because really it's all about getting more precious metals at the end of the day, because it is the real money, as we all understand it to be. But I'm playing this wave. You've got a decent way to go. I think anywhere up to this trend line. So if you, and I'm not saying you should, but if someone was to get in now, exactly now, and I'm not saying anyone should do this, but if hypothetical person sells all their precious metals now, particularly silver, because this is the Bitcoin to silver ratio. If they sold all the silver now, got into Bitcoin now, and it rose up to this trend line, which I think it might, that's a 70% increase in their stack. Now, should you be doing that? Probably not. Don't sell all of your stack. Don't do me. I'm not selling all of mine anyway. I'm just doing a portion of, but I'm happy to take that risk. Okay, because I've been in crypto since 2013. So I know it more so than someone who's never bought Bitcoin before. So just stick with precious metals if that's what you want to do, and that's totally cool. But we are in getting into extremely overvalued, but you've got lots of room to move, as that little brush tool just showed you. So that's that. And Bitcoin to gold is also just blasting through. It's almost at escape velocity. It's almost gotten above this previous all-time high in the Bitcoin to gold ratio. When it breaks there, watch that fly. Okay, so I don't think we're done. You could have a retest. If Bitcoin has a bit of a retest and gold goes for a bit of an upward tick, maybe because of the BRICS thing, then yeah, look, you can certainly see a retest. A retest back to here and then off. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to, just with ratios, you've got to have peaks and troughs, resistance and support levels. You could even do something like this where it bounces off the arc and then does something like that. But I think Bitcoin will continue and crypto will continue to outperform precious metals in the next, again, 3, 6, 9 months. minimum 3 months, I think. Probably minimum out to March is my humble opinion, but I'll be watching this very carefully. When the ratio shows it's getting very overextended, even if I think that crypto has a lot higher to go in terms of its dollar denominated price, but if I'm watching this ratio and it's like, oh, gee, the Bitcoin to silver ratio looks like it's really topped, which would probably say that, silver's going to have a massive run. That's when I swap out. I'm not going to wait for the total top in the dollar denominated thing for crypto. I'm watching this ratio very clearly. I will get all back into my silver and I will have increased my stack. That is my mantra. That is my, what do they call it? My manifestation. So that is Bitcoin. Yeah, I think we're all done with that. 20 minutes past 10. We've been going for 50 minutes. Let's read some comments and then we'll get out of here. Let's see. I don't think we may not have time for a chart request, but we'll take a look. Let's read some comments, people. Fantastic. I'll go down to the bottom of the comments. My friend Tony, chat mum. That eagle is nice. Germania stuff is decent. Yes, the giveaway, the silver giveaway. Apart from their 1 ounce bars, I just got one in there, tiny and underwhelming. Oh, interesting. Very good. Joe, I have your package ready too. Just need somewhere to send it to. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I will get that. I'll get that sorted for you, Pete. Good morning, Stackers, says Silver Fox. Good morning. I joke that I live in a coin shop. You do live in a coin shop. Let's see. Well, chat mum, should you want to lighten your load, I'll provide my address in Florida. That's nice. Let's see any comments. I stopped counting. It's around 4,000 collectible silver coins. Wow, Tony, that's amazing. Good stuff. Any comments on anything that I've just said? Yes, I bet they do. I'm not going to read all the comments here. I don't have time for all of them these days because we're getting so many of them. Bobby AG, never seen you on the channel before. Fantastic. Good to see you. Give me 1 second. You have a question about Theta. Good old Theta, the crypto. What is the take on Theta? And does anyone know the... Oh, man. Veritasium. Okay, so Bobby AG. I can tell Bobby AG's been in crypto since at least 2017. Man, you're a pretty OG because you just busted out the Veritasium one. Yeah, so back in 2017, the Veritasium was a huge one, wasn't it? What's his face? I've forgotten his name now, but I don't know what's happened with the Veritasium lawsuit and Theta as well. Anyone know what's the take on Theta? I'll do a Theta review at some point. I don't have any major thoughts on it at the moment. I just want to say hello, welcome to the show, and Veritasium. Wow, man, you're a crypto OG, bro. Shame, we're talking about the stuff. Joel Draper says, happy to catch you all live. G'day. Big movements in crypto arena and alts in the AI and real world assets area to surge. I agree with both of those statements. AI, yes. Real world assets in particular, yes, I do agree. Maybe we need to do a bit of a thing on that, potentially. AI, I'm in the graph, and I just got into Ondo for real world assets, just out of interest. Some alts already on the move. Yes, Bitcoin and cryptos are still derivatives of gold. Yes, and that's why I'm in crypto, just to increase my stack later on. I'm looking way too dark here, but oh well, that is life. Silver to outperform gold all day long. Not at the current ratio, but I think over the long term. Tony Peterson says, I have Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum in 1 ounce silver. I know you do. That's right. Let's see. I love Veritasium. Bought a load for 70 and good. Wow, we've got a few crypto OGs for 70p and sold for £70. Do you remember when Veritasium was? Now Rod and Bobby G, Reggie Middleton. Thank you. It was Reggie. That's right. Let me see. I'm going to ask you too. Do you remember trading on Ether Delta? Did either of you trade on Ether Delta? Wasn't that the Wild West of DeFi? Ether Delta. Man, do you remember that? And just for all the non-crypto people, Ether Delta was one of the very first decentralized exchanges, and it was like playing Minecraft. It was just so blocky and weird to use. And it's like, what is this thing? I'm not on an exchange, and it's so strange. And you didn't know how to input stuff, and sometimes you'd buy something at the top of the market rather than like someone's top thing. It was just weird. So you have to be really careful with Ether Delta. Those were the days, Ether Delta days, man. Oh, and by the way, Bobby and Ron, and I'll get to all the other comments. How good was Ether Delta for arbitrage? Did you guys ever arbitrage Ether Delta with the other exchanges? Oh, that was good back then, but you can't arbitrage like that anymore. But that was good pickings. Good pickings. Let's see. Ondo and BlackRock 2, pigs in a blanket. Yes, that's right. Exactly right. What's good? All right. Veritasium pursuing circle. Oh man, there you go. Yeah, Reggie Milton. Okay, people. And we might end it with this. Neil likes to say, buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. The osmium twins are in the house. They're in together, but we're going to go. We don't have time for a chart request because I've got stuff to do. You've got stuff to do too. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Good Morning Stackers for Monday, 1st of the week, December the 2nd, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Get your tasty beverages because we're going to dance it out.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stack.
It's podcast time.
Oh yeah, grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp. Now
in
we're
3,
on the move.
2, 1. Slurp it, people.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling.
Thanks very much for watching. You will get another one, 2 more. Hit the big red subscribe button. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I'll see you all tomorrow.